Everyone, welcome back to Ag Literacy with Kayla. As you can see, I'm in my cow onesie. Today is pajama day for our 4-H Spirit Fridays. So if you want to participate, please send a picture you can add it to the thread on our 4-H Facebook page, or you can tag us in your Instagram posts and stories, and you would be featured on our story for the day. But it's very ironic because today's book reading is Extra Cheese, Please. Here we go. Extra Cheese, Please. Mozzarella's Journey from Cow to Pizza by Chris Peterson. Photographs by Alvis Upatis. How do you like your pizza? With pepperoni? Sausage? Green pepper and onions? Anchovies? Yuck. No matter what stuff you chop up and pile on, pizza isn't pizza without cheese. And cheese isn't cheese without milk. And milk comes from those big bony bosies on our farm. Our farm rises from the hayfields like a red mountain of buildings and silos. In a nearby pasture, Annabelle is cleaning her newborn calf. Soon we'll let Annabelle into the barn to be milked. Now that she's given birth to a calf, Annabelle can begin to produce milk. Each calf is fed from a bottle. Annabelle produces enough milk to feed 20 calves every day. But on our farm, she feeds only one. Her extra milk and the milk from other cows in the herd is hauled to the cheese factory nearby. Annabelle is quite a cow. In 1 year, she produces 40,000 glasses of milk, enough to make cheese for 1,800 pizzas. If your family ate one pizza a day, it would take you nearly 5 years to eat that many pizzas. To help Annabelle make all that milk, we feed her hay, corn, and soybean meal blended together in a giant mixer. All the good things she needs to eat are measured into the machine and tossed like a huge garden salad. Annabelle really likes to eat. She chomps down on 7 tons of feed in a year, enough to fill your bedroom to the ceiling twice. Each morning and every night, Annabelle is let into the barn for milking. She likes being milked and happily munches her meal while a machine gently squeezes the milk from her udder. The milk runs through a stainless steel pipe into a cooling tank where it's kept fresh and clean. Every 2 days, the milkman backs his tank truck up to the milk house attached to our barn. He dips out a sample of milk to be tested for bacteria, butterfat, and protein. Then he pumps the milk into his truck and hauls it to the cheese factory. At the factory, his load of fresh milk is pumped into a storage silo. The sample is tested to ensure it is clean and wholesome. Then the milk flows through a pasteurizer that heats it to 165 degrees, killing any harmful bacteria. After the milk cools, the cheesemaker pumps it into a stainless steel vat and adds starter culture. Mechanical pads that look like robot arms stir the starter evenly through the milk. Then, the cheesemaker adds rennet to the vat. Rennet thickens the milk. A soft custard-like curd begins to form. He lets the milk rest for 30 minutes while the curd is forming. After the curd forms, special knives in the vat cut the curd into thousands of small cubes. A clear liquid called whey oozes from the cubes. The curds and whey are then pumped into a trough-like tub called a finishing table. The whey drains into the center of the table. The curds look like piles of popcorn as workers shovel them into 2 long mounds. As they rest the finishing table, the curds knit into a solid mass. None of Annabelle's milk is wasted. The whey that drains off is pumped into another machine where it is condensed. The concentrated whey is shipped to other food processors and used in candy, ice cream, and bakery goods. The water remaining from the process is hauled to the nearby fields. There, the nutrients it contains help fertilize the soil that grows the corn and hay Annabelle and the other cows eat. Back at the factory, workers cut the cheese into large slabs that are fed through another machine called a cheese mill. Blades cut the cheese into small pieces again, and they tumble into a mixer filled with hot water. The cheese finally melts into a big shiny mound that looks more like pizza dough than the pizza cheese. The blocks of melted cheese plop into forms to cool, like loaves of bread ready to be baked. Finally, they take a salt brine bath. The bricks of cheese float like overgrown building blocks in a bathtub. This is where the cheese develops its own distinctive, delicious flavor. Finally, the blocks of cheese are cut and wrapped. Boxes of cheese made from Annabelle's milk are shipped to grocery stores and pizza parlors across America. The end. So this book is not an ag in the classroom book. So there isn't an activity online, but I wanted to give these resources to you. So in the book, there's a glossary if you want to take the time to go through these with whoever's participating in the book reading, just in case I have any questions about some of the terms that I used. And then, as I mentioned, that there is no exact activity to do, but the book does have a recipe for a nice Friday night pizza. So I recommend you give this a try. Please send us any pictures that you make. We would be happy to share those. And again, if you have any questions about today's book reading or any other books, you can email me at kls342@cornell.edu. See you next Friday. Bye.